Well, we pretend we've got swords, and we make the noise of the swords fighting, and when somebody stabs us, we go, ah! In the winter, if you lived in the country, well, it was just all wet, and there wouldn't be anything for miles around, and you get soaked if you tried to go out, and there's no shelter anywhere. When I go home, I come in, and Mummy gives me a cup of tea, and then I go out and play, and when it starts to get dark, I come in again and put on TV. When I get married, I don't want to have any children, because they are always doing naughty things and making the whole house untidy.
And then I moved up to a comprehensive school. I found it much bigger, of course, and I found it hard to settle into at first. But now I've been here a few years, I know my way around, and I think if you're healthy and have good friends, you can get on perfectly well. But everybody would like to be rich. It's a very good idea to have competition. Otherwise you might start to relax, really, and not so try hard enough. Being in set one, it's very, very hard to keep up with the leaders. I never have a time to relax at all.
Tell me about the period in your life when you went to university and what happened.
It was a very short period. I was only at university. Well, I was only taking university seriously for a matter of a couple of months, 2 or 3 months. Maybe I went to the wrong university, or maybe university life didn't suit me. Either way, I did make an application to Oxford, but I didn't get in. And well, I think that's in the past now, and I don't know whether I would have been any happier at Oxford. It always had been a dream to get into Oxford. I think because people had encouraged me, and because I knew famous people having been to Oxford, and I'd read memoirs written by famous people, things such as Brideshead Revisited, which was a great favourite. But these, I suppose, are, well, they were dreams of which I had while I was at school, and I have to just get over the fact that I didn't get into Oxford, probably because I didn't approach the thing in the right way.
Are you bitter about it?
I was very, very bitter at the time. Maybe I still am, but I tried to get over it. I came to London, and I contacted an agency for squatters, and they were able to give me the address of somebody who was able to help people who were looking for accommodation in the London area. I've got my own room. I can cook whenever I like. I haven't got a landlady to tell me what time to come in. I've got my own front door key. And to tell the truth, it's a lot better than a lot of accommodation I've had over the last 18 months or so. It could be a bit warmer, it's a bit chilly. But it's perfectly satisfactory for the time being.
Would you like to be 7 again?
No, because I'd know that I had to be 21 again.
Do you have any great ambition, any dream?
Simply to be able to wake up in the morning and feel that this day was going to be worthwhile. Which is what I don't feel at the moment. I've been unemployed, but travelling quite a bit, mostly in Britain, been abroad once or twice, but not as extensively as I used to do. If the money runs out, well, then for a few days there's nowhere to go to, and that's all you can do. I simply have to find the warmest shed I can find. I always told myself that I would never have children.
Why?
Because children inherit something from their parents, and even if my wife were the most high-spirited and ordinary and normal of people, the child would still stand a very fair chance of being not totally full of happiness because of what he or she will have inherited from me.
How do people regard you here?
Well, I'm still known as an eccentric, as I have been since about the age of 16 or so.
Do the days seem long for you?
they can do. I sometimes can be found behaving in an erratic fashion. I sometimes get very frustrated, very angry.
Have you had treatment?
I've occasionally had to see doctors, yes. I haven't had any treatment.
And what have they said to you?
I've had a lot of advice, but you know, the best medicine is kind words.
So can you lick it?
It remains to be seen. I don't see any way out. I've thought of everything I possibly could. It seemed to me for a long time that getting a reliable job and a nice place to live would be the solution. Well, I haven't succeeded. I can't see any immediate future at all. All the things I always thought I could do. I could give lectures on erudite subjects that I'd read all about, or I could work in the theatre, perhaps lighting or directing a show.
And is all that lost to you?
Does seem to be, yes.
At 35, he's living in a council flat in the Shetland Islands.
I still feel my real place is in the world of or the world where people are doing what the majority of people do. And the reason I don't feel safe is because I think I'm getting more and more used to this lifestyle, which eventually I shall have to give up.
Do you ever think you're going mad?
Oh, I don't think it. I know it. Well, because we.
Can you think what you'd like to be doing in the year 2000?
I can think of all kinds of things I'd like to be doing. The real question is what am I likely to be doing?
What are you likely to be doing?
And that's a horrible question. I tend to think the most likely answer is that I'll be wandering homeless around the streets of London. But with a bit of luck, that would happen.
So do you think you have failed?
Can't really judge.
Do you feel you failed yourself?
Well, my life isn't over.